What's that?
It's not coming up with anything.
Well, that's a bit vague.
I've tried everything, but nothing.
Well, maybe if you start at the beginning and tell me what you're actually looking for?
Haven't I told you already?
No, I've just walked in.
No, I did tell you. You were playing Batman. No one Avatar how they use their hair for everything.
I'm a bit busy here, get to the point.
What do you think their limits are?
Who?
The hair.
The hair's limits?
So yeah, like what they can and can't do with it.
Graham, I really have got no idea. Oh, come on, I hit him!
See, I told you.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Bane was being an absolute bitch. So, you want to know what uses they had for their hair?
Yeah, I mean, it controls animals and they have sex with it, but what else can they do with it?
Why do you want to know? I mean, the film was a pile of shite.
Yeah, but I've got long hair. I'm afraid I'm not using it to its full potential.
So, you want to have sex with your hair?
No, that's just weird, but I'd like to be able to drive a car with it or something.
So why would researching the uses of hair from a fictional being in a crappy sci-fi film, which ripped off loads of other films by the way, be worthwhile? I mean, it's not like you got a big dick hanging from the back of your head.
Head dick?
Well yeah, you said that they have sex with it, so I figured it's just this big dick that droops down from the head that's just covered in hair because, I don't know, they live in a hostile environment and they don't want it to get cold.
But they use it to control animals as well.
They're an alien race, maybe bestiality isn't frowned upon with them.
Well, that's just wrong. And the women have it as well. How do you explain that?
Well, maybe they still have all the same parts down there, but, you know, it's just like a brain dick, a sex organ for the mind.
I suppose that makes a bit more sense.
Of course it does. I mean, if they actually existed, you would have seen teenagers huddled in the corner just stroking the tips of their hair, just like,
I highly doubt that. I mean, in our society, we don't just sit around in corners and wank. Why would it be any different with a brain dick?
Because it'll be a lot more subtle. They could just sit there cupping the ends of it behind their back and no one be none the wiser.
You've really thought about this way too much.
Not really, I just don't like the film, so any chance I get to take the piss out of it, it just brings out the best in me.
I'd hardly say this is your best.
Well, can you imagine if they sat on it?
What do you mean?
Well, they can't physically control the movement of their hair with their mind, and it's pretty long, so what if they sit down but they don't move their hair out the way in time?
What are you getting at?
Well, that would hurt a hell of a lot more than just getting kicked in the balls. Sitting on your brain dick like that, putting more stuff like that into the director's cut would have made it more worthwhile. Like, they're all sat around a campfire and then one of them sits down but he jumps back up again screaming and they all lean into each other and they're like, Jeff just sat on his brain dick again? What a fucking loser.
As if he would be called Jeff.
So that's your only problem with that situation, the name of a navvy.
Well, if you're going to create a situation, at least be realistic about it.
Graham, it doesn't fucking exist. The navvy aren't real.
Well, at least they were inventive with their names.
Oh yeah, real inventive with unobtainium. Just imagine the brainstorming session around that one. We need a mineral which is rare and unobtainable. Rarium? No, that's really crap. Unobtainium? That's great. What's for lunch? Really spent a lot of time there, didn't they?
You really didn't like that film, did you?
Let's just say that my feelings towards Avatar are just like your feelings towards bread.
Hey, fuck you, bread!
Exactly. God, did you see Jeff last week? He'd sat on his fucking tail again. What an idiot.
I'm pretty sure the week before that he got his hair caught on his zip.
I've caught him just staring at his mum's hair quite a bit recently. There's something creepy about that kid.
I fell asleep at his house and he put my hair in his mouth.